Hello, hello. So I don't know why. I just wanted to make this video because I was just like digging through my closet and stuff, and I found a bunch of things that I hadn't seen in a long time. One thing was two containers that I have full of manuals. To kind of explain that, when I was younger, I used to be super into Legos. Like I was super young. I think my cousin got me into Legos. He bought me like a Lego Nexonite mech build of someone. I forget which one, but it was like a mech suit for the Nexonites in that show and stuff. And so I had gotten like he had gotten one for me and then one for himself. We opened it. My mind was blown. I must have been like 6 or 7 years old, or like eight, maybe at latest, 8 years old, at latest. It was probably like 6 years old, something like that. And I just have I'm gonna show this. I have a bunch of manuals. I was not kidding. I have a bunch of manuals of just Lego stuff, just freaking in here, just like bottom of the barrel. Like, so I don't know. I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to just go through all of these manuals and all of these Legos. I was a Lego like fanatic. I was really into Legos. And there's a bunch of stories connected to Legos. Like if you've ever had like a an old toy that you used to play with as a kid, and then you see that toy for the first time in years, and you get like stories that you start to recall from back then. That's kind of like the same feeling with this. So the first one that I have here is like a little manual. This one, so the story behind this, the reason why I have this car and that skateboard and stuff is because there's actually a Lego animation. I used to be super into, um, I used to be super into Legos and stop motion. I used to watch the heck out of Lego SpongeBob. I would watch so many stop motion Lego SpongeBob stuff. My favorite YouTuber was probably like Crazy Films, that guy. I forget his full name. I'll put it like here somewhere. And I was so like I've actually made a couple stop motion animations myself. I never uploaded them to YouTube or anything. I might upload them or link them to this video or something like that, but yeah, so this car was something I bought because I wanted to get a car for a stop motion project I had. And the same goes for this one too. This is the same deal. This was another car that I used for the McLaren that I used for that video, I think. Or no, this was no, I didn't use this one, but this was just a random car that I had gotten for whatever reason. I don't know. I was super big into Legos. Some of these I might misremember. I still have a large portion of these Legos. I threw out some. I gave away some of these eventually, but I still have some of these things around here somewhere. Oh, this is the other card that I used for the animation. There we go. With this little character inside. That's what I use. Yeah, warning: choking hazard. Small parts, not for children under 3 years. No duh. This was another thing for that animation that I was talking about. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. This is another thing for that stop motion. I had made a whole road, and then I was gonna put like buildings next to the stuff. I only got like two buildings, maybe something like that. I forget. But yeah, this was a really cool build that I had. Really cool stuff. Okay, hold up. Why does the back of every single one of these manuals say win? Go to I never read this. Go to www.lego.com product feedback and give us your short feedback about this Lego set for a chance to win a cool Lego prize. Oh, okay. That's cool, I guess. I didn't know that. Ooh, yeah, this was a FNAF build. So I had gotten like a bootleg Five Nights at Freddy's thing. This one in specific was the Star Curtain stage with Lefty. I remember, I think I got this for Christmas. Either Christmas or like a young birthday. I forget. I forget how I got this, but it was cool. I still have this, you know. All the builds are pretty cool. All the characters are really well made. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's perfect because they can't really stand well, and they're a bit janky. I don't know how they are now, but you know they are what they are. What's another one? Ooh, this was a 3-in-1. I like the way they spelled that. So the way these work is that you can basically make three different Legos with the same build. So you can make this big guy, or if you wanted to, you can make another thing. I forget what it was exactly. I don't know. Oh yeah, these are the this is this is the other manuals for the 3-in-1s. Yeah, so you could either make this thing, whatever this was called, a spider, or this. I didn't. I think I just used it for parts. I didn't really build any of these. That's the fun thing, is that you can just reuse parts and use it for however you want. Ah, here we go. Minecraft. I had a bunch of Minecraft Legos from back when they were starting out making these. So I was kind of like around for the time that they started making Lego Minecraft. So this is cool. I mean, I didn't really do much with this build, but it was fun, like knocking out the tree. You could knock out the tree and stuff. It was cool. I had a bunch of these little character figurines, the TNT and stuff. I think it was cool. What's another thing? Ooh, this is a big one. So I used to watch a lot of Ninjago. I've pretty much watched like all 12 seasons, 12 or 13 seasons. I forget how many it is now. I've caught up, but I also watched the Ninjago movie, the Lego Batman movie, the Lego movie, and the second one. So I used to be big into Lego. I don't think I've said that enough. This is the Ninjago movie. This is definitely a build. I still have this build. This was like a huge thing. Huge. Like, so many parts in here and stuff. And these are like other builds. Okay, I never got it, but this build right here was like the coolest looking thing to me. Like, to imagine something this big on wheels was like, that was magic to me. And I have this build up here though. But man, that was like the craziest thing. Oh yeah, all the bricks that are a part of this. It's really cool. I love it. I think it's epic. Ooh, this is a dragon that I made. This is from, I think, the 9th season of Ninjago Masters of. This is from the Hunted season. That's right. Yeah, this is when they got the dragons and these things and the like pieces of the armor by the first Spinjitzu master or whatever his name was. Yeah, this was cool. I still have this stuff. Yeah, I still have that dragon. It was cool building him. I didn't really play with him. This was like this dragon was late into when I was starting to not really care to, like, I was starting to fall off of Lego and stuff, so I wasn't entirely caring as much. Ooh, this is another thing. So there's a Lego build that I made a long time ago with this. And I think I made just an entire car. Not like a truck like this, but an entire car with this. Yeah, I remember. This was cool. This was a cool thing that you could make classic. Yeah, that's sick. I forgot that I had this manual. There's a whole car build. I might show it in the video, but there's a whole car build I have there. Ooh, this is from the Lego Batman movie. I remember this. All the superheroes were at Superman's place, whatever, Justice League. I used to have this build. This is one of them that I threw out, I think. But it was cool. I think you could maybe turn this or something. There was something you could turn here. I forget. But it was cool. It was pretty cool build. What's another thing here? Ooh, this dragon. Okay, this dragon I played with quite a bit. This is also from the Ninjago movie, with the laser. That's right, that was funny. This was just something pretty cool that I liked, that I built and I put a part of my room. I still have it, so it's really cool. This is one of the coolest builds in my opinion. Is this? Let me put up my camera. The How do I explain this? Like, this is the build from season 7 or something like that. I forgot. This is with the Time Brothers, the bros, that they were doing their time things in a timely fashion. This was a really cool build. Uh, yeah, I still have this. I'm missing one of these 4 time blades. I forget where it is, but I still have this build. It's really cool. It's like a whole snake creature. What's another thing I have here? Ooh, this is something. Okay, I played with this a little bit. I got tired of it eventually, but it is something I used to play with. So let me give a little background on this. So this is something from one of the seasons where they were starting to like fly a little bit. It was like a new move that they could fly and stuff. And basically there's this little tool that I still have. I actually still have this whole build somewhere. Where basically it's a little thing you grip almost like a Beyblade. You twist it like this. You twist it and it just completely, whoa, my camera almost fell back. It just completely flies off. I used to play with this a few times. It was really fun. I think I hit one of my paintings with this, so it like wasn't that good. But old memories. Let's kind of speed run through this. Ooh, this is another thing. So, like I mentioned before with the stop motion, I used to mess heavy with the Minecraft Lego sets. So, this was one for the Nether that I had. Hold on, adjusting my camera real quick. This is one for the Nether that I had. This is one for the ice biome that I had. I remember this. This had Alex. This was really cool. This is one with Steve and the sheep and this chest box up here and this whole build with the skeletons and the skeleton horse. This was a really cool build. I put all of these Legos together pretty much like this right here, this on the other side. Like you could attach them with each other so that way they were next to each other. So it was pretty much in the stop motion that I was doing, that it was like this, and then the Nether all the way over here, pretty much. What's another? This is part 1, and then this is part 2 for that build. So that's cool. Ooh, this is a build from, okay, Nexo Knights was another thing I was really into. I watched the whole show, and I was really into this. I think this was from there wasn't necessarily a season with these guys, but It was like a whole thing, I remember. Yeah, this was cool. I had all of these builds. I had every single one of these. Every single one. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Wait. I literally... So every single build that's, like, being shown down here, I had every single one of these. I think I have most of those still. I might take a photo, wherever they might be. I might take a photo of each one, but I literally had to eat every single one. So yeah, but this one was a big one. Super cool. I used to play with this, and all the other ones just make them battle with each other a lot. I didn't really use the guns too much, because, like, I sort of did, but the thing is, those are so janky in Lego all the time, just spurting out the little studs and stuff. It's never that great. Okay, so before I kind of, like, lost motivation to build Lego, this was one of the last ones. This was of Arkham Asylum with the Joker and Harley Quinn and Batman on his helicopter. I remember I played with this a little bit, not too much, because then I started losing motivation. But yeah, this was one of the last builds I did before I stopped. Ooh, let me see. What's another one I got here? This is a classic. So I used to be also pretty big into Star Wars. I kind of like made a whole Star Wars story with a bunch of Legos, just making up an entire adventure, tearing up some Legos and making them into characters. This was probably one of the first big builds that I played with as a kid. So this is very cool to find. Very cool. I still have that Lego. This is one of the things that I was talking about. So with this, I got these kind of small Legos, and I pretty much tore them apart and rebuilt them as different Legos. So, like this one, for instance, I think this was some kind of like flying guy. I forget. It was like different robot characters that I made by just discombobulating.
Discombobulate. Dazed. Discombobulate. Distract target. Discombobulate. Block his blind jab. Discombobulate.
Like taking apart all the Legos and then putting back to that, like putting some of them back together into something else. I remember that. That was cool. Ooh, this is a big boy. There we go. Let me see if I can get it in frame. So this is the big Lego with Lord Garmadon, I remember. Oh, man, this is from the movie. This is one of the coolest builds to me. Just this big guy that can shoot this. I played with this guy so much as a kid. This was one of the most cool Legos I think I ever owned. Honestly. This was, like, amazing. Also, does that say Garmy? Close up on there. Does that say Garmy? I think it does. I don't know why I focused on that. Yeah, this was one of the coolest Legos that I had. I'm very happy that I have it. I still have it. I'm going to take a photo probably of all the ones that I still have. So that was cool. Ooh, I found another one. Okay, so this one, like I said, I was huge into Lego. I think I had most of the sets for the Lego Ninjago movie, except for the ones with Kai or Cole in them. So those were the only exceptions. But this one, I messed with this really a lot. I like this. This was cool. I still have it. It's kind of broken now, but it's fine. So this is back Nexo Days. This was from the first season, and I think, yeah, I play with this a lot. Because this guy right here, I still have this guy. He would shoot these little, like, flat pieces that were supposed to represent these ball creatures that were in the show. And this huge thing for Axel, I think his name is Axel. This top piece would spin around. I think I still have the build somewhere. If I don't, then, man, that's unfortunate. This was one of the Legos that I think I played with the most. I absolutely love this thing with the wheels. It could open up and everything. It was probably one of my favorites. I don't know if I still have it, but You know, if I do, then I do. As a kid, I used to watch a lot of Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, mostly Nickelodeon stuff, and I used to watch a lot of Unikitty for some reason. I watched a lot of Unikitty, and this was one of the sets that I had bought from the show. There was like this brick guy, this gray guy. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but you know, it was something. So I got this. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool set. I used to play with that a lot. Used to play with the gray character a lot for some reason. Ooh, this is another build. More Star Wars. Kind of just gonna pass through this because this is like more builds. I didn't mess with that in any way, but you know, this is another build. With these guys. I don't know. I kind of played with it. There was a different separate build. I'm gonna show it, but it was like a separate build that I made that I pretty much like put in partner with this. This is another Nexonite thing. Okay, so fun story. This this big character, I'm going to show a photo of him because I still have him. I used to play with this a lot, and I used to take him apart and try and put more pieces on him and make him look bigger and crazier. I did like 5 iterations that I showed to my parents every time. You ever just like make something in your room or make something from one of your toys or Legos and you just like walk up to your parents and show them like, "Hey, this is what I built. Look at what I built," and then see how they respond. That's what I did with that character. I used to play with this a little bit. So that was cool. Ooh, Angry Birds. All right, so I've seen all the Angry Birds movies. I only had a couple sets, but this was definitely something I played with a lot. I really liked playing with the minifigures themselves, and this thing was like this was the jam with Angry Bird Legos. Was just flinging these little birds with that. Ooh, Lego Movie 2 stuff. Okay. So I still have the big Unikitty, angry Unikitty character. This is from the Lego Movie 2. This was the only set from the Lego Movie 2 I think I had. Because, you know, I didn't... this was at the point where I was starting to kind of lose interest, but also I wasn't that interested in getting many Legos from that movie, so... You know, it is what it is, but I still have that. This is a big one. Okay. Like I said, this is the, like, helicarrier that carried a motorcycle. That was sick. It carried a motorcycle. This guy had a friggin' jetpack that was like wings. I think these main sets I played with a lot. Oh man, I forgot about this. Holy crap. Okay, Lego.com or Lego Life. I think the app is still around. I used to mess heavy with that app. I used to like post stuff and create custom things with it. That was such a cool thing. I used to use that a lot. Actually, for Nexonites, I had the mobile game Lego Nexonites, which I think I completed that entire game. And basically, you could show those little pattern things, like those little signs. Like let's say this sign, and you could scan it to the game, and then you'd get it in the game, which was just, you know, that was a perk. That was fun. Okay, so story time. I got this Lego set when we were like I was with my family, and I don't know how old I was, but we went to Disney Springs and I just saw this Lego and I wanted to get it, and when we got back to the hotel room, I think I tore it apart and rebuilt it as something completely different that could still walk. So, I don't know. That was weird. Ooh, this is another one. Yeah, I have this build. This is another thing. I actually think I bought this in conjunction with this. I've got both of these Lego, Microfighters. I think I got this, brought them to the hotel room after we got out of Disney Springs, and then this one I rebuilt as the same flying thing, but different. This I made completely different, but could still walk. So, I don't know. It's a weird story. Ooh, yeah. No. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, this is another thing I tore apart. I think I also I I think also in conjunction I built all three. I got all three of these microfighters from Disney Springs, brought them to the hotel room, and in conjunction with each other, I tore them apart and built them as something else. There. Is there any others? Anything else? Okay, this is another Unikitty thing. Like I said, I used to play with this a lot. I used to play with the cake and this character a lot. I also really liked this guy. I forgot his name, but you know, I messed with this. What's another few things in here in the first bin? Ooh, we have all the Mandalorians. That's right. Okay, so this was really cool. I thought this was an official set for the Mandalorian when I got that. This little character here I thought was the official Mandalorian for some reason. I got this back when the Mandalorian was first getting the first few episodes. I remember going on Disney Plus. Like, I was super young, I got Disney Plus, and I was just looking at all of the Star Wars content. I watched everything Star Wars related, even Lego related Star Wars. And I saw this show called The Mandalorian. I got interested. I was like, I don't know this show. And I watched, because I watched when the first 2 episodes came out of season 1. Dang. That's crazy. I was little and I had no idea what The Mandalorian was. And I remember I watched the first 2 episodes that came out. Man, that's crazy. Another mech suit. This is the kind of mech suits. These are the little things. Look, it goes straight to the game. That's what I was talking about. That's the game. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. I had Lego Life and a bunch of Lego games on my... Oh my gosh, I remember that. That's so cool. What's one other build I have here? This was the only Lego Jurassic World thing I think I had. It was just like a little baby raptor. I think this was blue as a baby or something. I forgot. Oh, I remember this. Okay, so this was one of the last Star Wars builds I built, which was this little thing that could fly that was Anakin's thing that he was flying in Naboo. That's right. Was it Naboo? Is that what it was called? I forgot. I think it is. All right, so that's the end for the first box. That's all of the stuff from the first thing. So there we go. Let me see. Let's get from the second box. The bigger one. This has a lot more. So there's going to be plenty more story time. Okay. This is another thing that I got. This is not for stop motion, but I played with this guy a lot. I think I took some kind of story with him. I don't remember. I also kept all the minifigures from every set because those are really important, and I have them in these like big boxes. I'll show one, but I have like 7 or 8 of those, so you know. Ooh, okay. This is Yoda's ship. This is the one that he uses. So this one right here, super cool. Like super cool. This is something I played with a lot. I played with Yoda a lot. Just cool all around. Sorry if the camera's moving a lot. It's just, you know, I have it on my legs as I'm recording this. This build I played with a lot. This is, okay, spoilers. This is where Anakin becomes Darth Vader. And this was like a whole round thing. I think I have the build still, so I'll take a photo of it. But pretty much this whole thing, man, it was so cool. I used to play with... I actually made a stop motion with this. That's right. I got this build, and I made a stop motion of Darth Vader becoming Darth Vader. That's right. I remember that. That's so cool. Okay, this was another thing. I just got this for these 2 characters because I wanted to get this build right here, this 3-in-1, just so that I could have these characters for that stop motion project I was talking about. So, you know, it's its own thing. Let me put, hold on. Okay, hold on. Before I continue, let me just quickly put all of this back in the other bin that's on the side here. Hold on. Okay, future me, just skip to the part of the video that I actually start getting back to talking about this stuff. I'm waiting.
Oh! Oh! No! No! It can't be! Ah! No! My press!
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Ah! No! It's all falling apart. Oh no! Oh no! No! Ah! Why is that far away? Ah! Okay, just stick it on there. Just shove it all up there. Okay. Alright. Just put that back in there. They won't know the difference. I had already cut the video to where it needs to be cut. Okay. Alright, so I'm sure that I cut that part of the video. Alright, another build. I forget why I got this. I think this was mainly just for these two characters. I don't remember. A lot happened back here. Okay. This is cool. So now we're getting into the Lego Batman stuff. I had a crap ton of Lego Batman Legos. I was super into this. I loved every single character. This truck I had, so cool. So freaking cool. You know, with the 8-ball, that's how he's controlling it and stuff. I really love this. I still have this build. Ooh, this is another Lego Batman. This is with the Riddler, Calendar Guy. I forget these other... I forget the name of this character, but I know that this is Kite Man.
Correct!
Yeah. I played with the... I think majority of the time I was playing with the Lego Batman stuff the most. Okay, this is just a truck that I randomly got and played with a little bit, and then that was it. A lot of these Legos is just me getting it, playing with it a little bit, and then putting it on my shelf, pretty much. Okay, this I played with a lot. A lot of stories with this that I made up with Batman and stuff. This was just really cool. I really liked the whole build of Clayface and stuff with the hammer hand and this gun hand. It was just cool. That was one of the coolest ones from Batman, I remember. This one of Two-Face. That's right. This had like a bike and then two officers, Two-Face and this thing with a gun. This was such a cool build. I played with it quite a bit. Not too much because then I put it on my shelf, but it was really fun. Let's just speed run through a lot of these. Ooh, this is one. Okay, Marvel Superheroes. This was the only. No, it's not. This is one out of two Marvel related ones that I have. This is from Avengers Infinity War with the Soul Stone, I think. Either the Soul. Yeah, it's either the Soul Stone or something else. I forget. But this was a cool build. I didn't really play with this too much because it was just like with this little ball. I lost that ball eventually, so I couldn't play with it anymore. But I played with this monster. I forget. Is it called the Chikari? I forget what they're called. But I played with this mech suit a lot. The Hulk Smasher I played with a lot. Also, we have Falcon and then one of the children of Thanos. I forget. I don't know. I know my new movie knowledge, but not enough to know that. Okay, so this is from DC Superheroes. I had a lot of these. Way more than Marvel. I think this is Killer Frost with Reverse Flash, Cyborg, and The Flash. I used to play with these two builds a lot. Mainly this one the most. And then I really liked The Flash and Reverse Flash. I thought they were sick. And then Cyborg, there's a lot of stories with Cyborg where I used his headpiece on Superman and tried to make like a cyborg Superman and stuff, so that was cool. And then, I played with Cyborg a lot. I think that's probably like one of my favorite characters. Which, by the way, on my main channel on YouTube, John Borg, there is other inspirations, but Cyborg is kind of mainly what it means. Like John, like Jonathan Borg, John Borg. That's what it is, like a cyborg. So there it is. There's more to it than just that with how I got that name, but you know. This is the other Marvel build I got. So with Black Panther, one of the Dual Melage, and Killmonger. That's right, Black Panther versus Killmonger. This was for a specific. I think this one in specific was for a short film they had of Lego, like a Lego Black Panther one that also included like Doctor Strange or something. I forget. But this was a cool one. This was really cool. I'm trying to race through these. Okay, fast round. Excuse me. This is back when I was playing with Lego City. So I had the Lego City mobile game. I think I still have it on some kind of device. I forget. Like a bunch of the Lego stuff I have is on one of my devices still. I don't remember where. But I used to play with this a whole ton. I absolutely love this build, and I played with this character a lot. I think I just took I took this character and made a whole story with him and something like that. I forget. But it was super cool. This is another Ninjago one. I played with this a crap ton of the time. This was super cool. I really like that it opens up and down. I'll show like a photo of it that I still have and stuff. So that's really cool. What's some other stuff that I could fast round? Oh, okay. Here we go. This is just the Joker and Batman from that one scene in the movie where, I don't know, he's just flying away, pretty much. This is from Lego Classic. This is where I really put all of my... This is where I really put a lot of like thought into, was just making like custom Legos and stuff. So that was cool. This is another one. Really cool stuff. I really liked playing around with the eyeballs and stuff, and I think I made like 50 different characters from that. Okay, we have to talk about this. Bionicle. Bionicle, I watched the entire show. Why did they cancel this show? I absolutely love Bionicle. I wish they made more of it. I remember watching that show like 10 times, more than 10 times. I love this show. And I loved playing with this build so much. This was the only Bionicle related thing that I have, which is unfortunate. I still have it. But man, I wish I had more. I wish they made more of this show. But it was great. Fantastic. This is just something that I was given by one of my family members. This is a Lego Technic. This was just like something that could go fast. I didn't play with it too much. I think I tore it apart and built something new out of it. I think I built a gun out of this. I built a gun out of a race car. Look, that's how creative you can be. This is Scarecrow and his pizza van. I played with this a whole ton. Mainly just this and the pizza box I played with a lot. Ooh, DC Superheroes. Okay, so this was from that one movie, I think just the Justice League movie with this cube here. I forget what entirely it was, but, you know, it was something like that with these bug creatures that were like minions of Darkseid. I know I'm throwing a lot of movie knowledge and show knowledge and fiction knowledge, but look, bear with me. Okay, this is another Lego Batman. I had a lot of Lego Batman stuff. So this is the Joker and Harley Quinn's car. Played a crap ton out of this. Batgirl is in there too. So that was cool. Ooh, this is a huge... Okay, no, we have to talk about this. This one I played with a lot. This is with Bane, I think? Is this Bane? Yeah, that's Bane. This is with Bane, and there's a little mini character in here. I don't know the name of this guy. I can look him up. I don't know what the heck he's called. Maybe he's just like a minion for Bane, like one of Bane's like goons or something, but basically it's just this guy. I don't know. He was cool. Catwoman. Okay, I played with this set a lot. I played with the diamond store and then with Catwoman just stealing the diamond and stuff. I played with this a ton. This was cool. What's another one? Ooh, this is giving me so many memories. Okay, because I used to play a lot with these Lego DC characters and make a lot of stories with all these builds and the characters themselves and have them like fight each other, like, you know, fictionally fight each other, kind of like in my mind as a kid. This was super cool. Just like putting characters in this little case where they'd be frozen and then, you know, friggin' Mr. Frost or Mr. Freeze? Is that his name, Mr. Freeze? I forget. I don't know how I could forget. Ooh, okay, yeah, this was another 3-in-1. I think I didn't really use this too much for anything. I think I just made something completely different. I didn't even follow instructions there. And then this is another Lego City fire truck. I still have this fire truck. I kind of played with it. It was fun. Let me bring out another one, speed run. Ooh, okay. Nah, this is one of the first sets of Lego Ninjago. This was Juniors. This was a set with one of these snakes. I forget what they were called, but it was the green snakes that if they spat on you, they made you hallucinate. And this was them trying to get this staff. I forget what it was. This was a playset. This was one of the first like actual playsets that I got from Ninjago. Amazing playset. I used to play with this all the time. All the time. The car, Kai, the snake, the bike, all of that I used to play with all the time. This is another 3-in-1. I don't think I did much with it, so it is what it is. Ooh, hold up. Wait. I just found another thing. This. Okay, this is another Lego City thing. I played with this a lot with the helicopter. Another Lego City thing. Just a car. Okay, hold up. This is the pack that I'm holding right now. So there's this, but I made the third one out of these. Hold on, because this is a 3-in-1. Another Lego City. I used to play with this alligator and the money and that sack. I used to play with that sack all the time. And this boat. Oh my gosh, I remember that all. Lego City, yeah. I actually watched the whole Lego City show. I remember, I watched the entire show. It was really cool. But yeah, I used to play with the money a lot and these sets. This was cool. Junior, ooh, easy to build. This was for Cars. This was specifically Cars 3, really? Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, I played with these cars so much, and this set I would play around with a lot. That was cool. This was a boat that I had. I think I tore it apart and made it completely different, but I used to play with this poorly made... I'm telling you, it was poorly made fishing line. It was still cool. And the shark. I had this. I think this is the one that I played with the least. I didn't really find that much fun out of it, but it was still something. This plane. Oh, I played with this plane a lot. This was cool. I also played with this quite a bit with this plane when I was little. Like really little. Oh, this is another Juniors. This is with Elastigirl for Incredibles 2 with the screensaver. Yeah, I still have this minifigure. Like I said, I kept all the minifigures and I played with this set quite a bit. Another Lego classic. This is another thing from the Angry Birds movie. That's right. Wow, this is really old. Like, what is this? What? Okay, I don't remember what this is, but that's interesting. It has been so long since I've seen it. I had this build. This is another build I had. This is the... Okay, because I had like 4 builds of Angry Birds, maybe 3. And this was the other big build that I had. It was this huge thing that I built. My uncle and my aunt were over at my house, and I built that live in front of them. I remember that. That was so cool. Dang. Alright. I'm gonna speed run through this. This is something I tore apart and built into something completely different, like I've explained. Ooh, this is the egg guy. Okay. And then Condiment King. So this guy I played with a lot. Anything that was like mech shaped, I just absolutely loved as a kid. This was Ninjago. Ooh, this was Sons of Garmadon. Yeah. Okay, with the Oni masks, I have every single Oni mask. I absolutely love it. I played with these two bikes so friggin' much. With Zane and this guy. I think his name is Mr. E or something. I forget. Oh, this is the other part to that 3-in-1. Yeah, so this is what I built. This was like a Tyrannosaurus Rex that I built. Not much interesting stuff. Oh my goodness, hold up. Okay, this is another thing I built, which was with this block character and this guy. Like I said, you could scan each of these into a Nexonites game. I played with this and this. You could scan into there, so it was super cool. This was another build that I absolutely loved playing with. This is more of this. Okay. Oh, this is another one. Yeah. Okay, so I built this one. I didn't play with it too much, unlike the other two of these kinds that I had, but it was super cool. This was a huge mech knight that I had. That's right. Oh, snap. And this was like a thing that this snake lady would ride. I put this guy to ride it instead, but still, I remember this snake lady. She had like the whips and stuff, and I don't know, she could mind control or something with them. But yeah, this huge knight with this little boy in here, I forget, or I forgot that I had this. I still have this. I can take a photo of it later. This was another thing. This was with Lance. This actually turns into a bike. It turns from a horse. I still have it. It turns from a horse into a bike. So it's pretty cool. Okay, this is another thing. So this was another Nexonites build. I played with this a ton. I still have it. I didn't know what these characters were, except for, this guy that rode on his shield all the time. And the queen. I really liked that build. I played with it a lot. This is another one. This is with the princess. I forget her name, but this was her bike, and it was super cool. I recommend, if you're into Lego shows, I recommend Nexonites. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. What's another thing I have here? Okay. Let's just go through these. So we have another thing that I tore apart and built into something else. So, completely different. This, I still have it, but I built it into something else. This was super cool. This is from the very first movie, the 4th episode. A New Hope. And this, I played with it a lot. I kind of had trouble building this part of it because it's like a thing that you stick in here and you unwind it over here and then you have to stick it in place with that. But it was super cool. I played with that a lot. Okay, hold up. Pause for 1 second. All right. Okay, so this is another thing. This is super cool. Super cool. So this is, I believe, the very first Star Wars set I had ever bought or ever gotten. This was Darth Maul versus Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And man, it was so freaking cool. I used to play with this all the time. You could basically punch that in and those lasers would open up. I still have the set. It's super cool. I loved Darth Maul playing with them. I play with this a lot. If you fell in the tunnel, there's this thing that you could like press like that and it would make them jump out again. It was super cool. This is from Batman v Superman, the movie. I didn't play with this too much, but I did like the suit that Batman was wearing, so that's it. Okay, so this is another Lego Ninjago thing from Season 7, and boy oh boy, this was really cool. This was basically like a whole thing that could launch these little things that had snakes in them. Let me scooch the camera around a bit. I know it's moving a lot. I forgot I had this. It's really nice. This is another thing from season 7. I really liked this season with the time blades. Kind of played with this a little bit, you know. This is the other build. Okay, so like I said, there was that opening, close looking one. Then there was the flying machine. And then this is the one that was like an octopus with these things that would hang on the bottom. This was probably my favorite build that I played with the most out of those 3. Super cool stuff. Super cool. Ooh, this is this is a throwback. This is this thing. Another one that you just like hold in your hand and spin. They had a whole set of these. I only had Kai because Kai, one of my family members gave me Kai. I don't remember. This is, Legacy. Okay, so this is from the first season of Ninjago with the snakes and then Samurai X. I still have this build. I'll take a photo. It's pretty cool. This is another one. This is Lance. Okay, so this one, I'm gonna break it. This is the very first Lego I ever had. This is the very first Lego related thing I ever had. This was the thing that my cousin gave me, and he had one that was yellow with Axel on the top instead of Lance that I have. If it weren't for my cousin, shout out to him, because if it weren't for him, I would not have been into Lego. This is another Lego Ninjago thing. Again, just play with that a bit. Another Ninjago set. Played with this a lot. Played with that. It was super cool. This is another mech that I still have. Okay, so this one is... Okay, this is super cool because it has the wizard. I forget his name, but it's the wizard. And then the evil guy, I forget his name, but he was on spider legs. Super cool set. Super cool. And I play with this all the time. I really liked it. I played with that and the other mech one from Nexo Knights. This is another one that I played with this big character and this flying character and then Lance. Let me see. Ooh, this is one. I think this is the Bounty? No, this isn't the Bounty. This is something else with canoes on the side. I remember this. This was cool. And then, ooh, this is the other one. Okay, so this is the one that my cousin got. This is the one that he got. Me and him just built these, and man, I'll tell you what. Like that, these were the first ever Lego sets I had ever seen. And maybe that's why I like mechs so much, because the mechs were the first thing that I ever built. But man, like that was just so cool to me, and I'm very happy. Very happy. Let me grab some more. Okay, so this is from the same build. Oh, okay, here we go. So this is another one with 2 evil characters and then my guy over here. This is one that I played with a lot because the wheels and everything about it was super cool to me. I think these could come off or something like that. I forget how that worked, but man, it was cool. I think this piece could come off. Like, this could come off as its own, like, own thing. Oh, that's right. They could split. Okay, so these 2 cars could split apart and become 2 different cars. That's right. They could do that. I forgot. I forgot completely that they could do that. Yeah, look at that. So they could split apart and be their own wheels on the side and keep riding. You see, that's why I think Lego is so cool, because of how innovative it is. That's like, who would ever think of doing that with Lego? You know what I mean? Let me grab some more. There we go. Okay, showed that one. Ooh, this is an old set that I got. The only thing I remember was this baguette from it, this bread. But it was basically a prison thing. I played with this a lot, because there was Captain Soto, I think his name was. Captain Soto, and then this stone warrior, I forget his name, but yeah, this was so cool. I played with this Lego set a lot. Let me see here. Ooh, this is another one from the set of stuff that I said I got. Yeah, this is super cool. So this guy could drop these little characters from its belly, and pretty much it was a whole dragon. And these things, its wings could spin around. So cool. You could hold it from the back here on its tail. Really cool stuff. Okay. Ooh, this is again one of my first Lego Ninjago sets that I ever got. This one has the golden sword. This was kind of like, I play with this a lot. This was one of the first iterations of the dragons. I'll take a photo, it's funny. This was a helicopter I played with a crap ton with. The snake too. With this little thing that could capture these balls. And then on top of that, like, it was basically a whole path. It was basically a whole pathway with traps. Let's kind of race through this. This is another Star Wars thing that I played with a lot. I really enjoyed this set. I played with a crap ton. This is another Nexonites one with this creature and this skull guy that I absolutely loved the design of. I thought it was so freaking cool. I play with this a lot, and the top things here. So I enjoyed that. What's another one? Ooh, this is Lance. Okay. So this was the car for Lance. I played with that a lot. It was super cool as well. So that's another one. Oh yeah, that's right. So I played with this. This was kind of like a thing that carried a whole robot. A whole mech robot. Can you imagine that? Look at this. It carried a whole mech underneath it. Like, that's sick, man. Okay, this was probably one of the biggest Nexonite things I had gotten. I still have it. It's this thing when it rolls, it opens and closes this mouth like boom, boom, boom. Super cool. Love this build. And the two characters in it. And then this was the other thing. So, this was with the other Oni mask here. This was like a blade for a friggin'... This was a blade for a wheel. I played with this specific motorcycle so much. And this guy... And this character, this was another mech that I just played with so much. Super cool stuff. So let me get out... Ooh, okay, yeah. This is the one that I was talking about. Yeah. So, this right here. This is the build that I made of Angry Birds. This was so cool. There was so many moving parts a part of this. Like a telephone booth, something that could slide down. This, again, the thing that slingshots the birds. Like, it's just so many moving parts. This boulder, like this hot dog stand. This thing that drops down into TNT. I really love it. This was something I played with a ton. So I'm very happy I found that. Ooh, this is a huge build. So this is from a certain part of the movie, like when Joker shows up and saying like, we're going good now. With Poison Ivy here, Gordon, his daughter, the kid that becomes Robin, I forget his name. And then this huge thing that I played with a lot, this had a net that could shoot out. Man, it was so cool. I really liked playing with that. Ooh, okay. Here we go. So this is another Ninjago thing. This is the third Oni mask that I was talking about. I forget what it was. Is it the Oni Mask of Agony or something like that? I forget. But this was a car for Lloyd. And then there's Nia over there. This was such a cool build. I really liked it. I played with it a ton. This bike a lot. You know, the character. Alright, let me bring out the last few things. These are like big builds. So, this is the other thing from the Ninjago movie. The last one that I built, which had this crab guy. But this huge build here for Jay. And it was this top part could spin. It could shoot this big thing. You could hold it down here with like, kind of similar to that dragon earlier from Nexonites. I still have this build. Some of the pieces have been broken off over time, but it's super cool. This is the Batcave. Yeah, okay. This Batcave, there's the penguin with his thing, a boat. This was a huge build, and I played with this so much, doing a bunch of things here, and making up stories. There's Alfred. There's also this thing on the side. Okay, there's a prison cell, there's a thing to change suits, but over here, there's an entire thing where you can, like, slide through and go through different suits. The other build of Batman, there were 2 other builds that I got. Or no. Yeah, 2 other suits that I got. So that one suit of Batman v Superman, I had gotten and took it apart, put like a mannequin looking thing, and I put it here, like next to the other 3. I just liked having all those different suits there for some reason. It was so cool. I really liked playing with that. And then, ooh, this is one. Okay, this is with the Penguins. I forget what these 2 are called, but I think they're like machines with the Man-Bat. This was a huge like car that I played with a lot. Is it called the Speedwagon? I never saw that before. It's called the Speedwagon. Okay. But yeah, I still have this build. It's super cool. I'm gonna take photos of all this stuff, but yeah, it's really cool. Let me see. What's the last few things that I have here? Ooh, okay. This is like just a mini thing of them training, like a mini build that I did. I mean, that's pretty much it, besides like a couple other little things, like this Santa, there, this thing. Like a whole thing that I built. Besides a couple other things that are still missing. Like, I'll bring out photos, 3 other manuals that I have laying around, and then I'll take the photos of the other builds. Besides that, that's all the Legos that I had as a kid. A lot of those Lego sets I've thrown away or given to people. I don't think I threw them away. I think I gave them away. I just wanted to make this video quickly. I don't know. I might link videos of the stop motion stuff that I would do. Maybe I'll release it on this channel or wherever. I'm making this for YouTube or just making this video in general. Thanks for watching. If you saw this whole thing through, then thank you. I'll see you, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to make this random thing for some reason. I also was going through a bunch of memories because there's so many stories and things that I would like play around putting all these Legos together. Imaginary playtime, pretty much, as a kid. So it was pretty cool, just going through that and seeing all that. Bye-bye! Not bye-bye. So there was one more manual that I forgot to show in this video, and it's probably one of the biggest Legos I ever had, and I had it in my room. It was a centerpiece, and I remember when I first built this Lego, it took about an hour, and I tore it down years later. I don't know what I did with it, but I wanted to leave this last note for this video because I had so much fun making it, going through all these memories about all these different Legos that I had, and I'm very happy with showing these. And this video was more made for myself so I can remember these Legos. I'm giving away these Legos. And if you stayed around for the entire video, thank you very much. Thank you for having to deal with my explanations for about an hour. That was pretty funny. Also, the amount of times that I had to cut out in the video, me repeating and stuff, whatever, this thing, all these different words, which is a part of my vocabulary, which I'm trying to fix. The amount of times I said it within the video has got to be more than 50 times. So I made sure to cut that out, so it's just not me rambling and going, you know, otherwise this video would have been 30 minutes longer, so I hope you understand also those words. So, like, those are words that I'm trying not to have in every single sentence of mine, but anyways. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed editing this. This took a long time to make. All right. See ya.